back here, live here, 1 o'clock. See what happens. Gotta find this streams. Let's see. Share that. Copy that. Close. Pause that. Share this. Oop. Refresh the page. We're just going to be here live for the FOMC meeting, right? Want to see what kind of number comes out here in about 4 minutes. Give yourselves the opportunity to kind of see what kind of reaction comes of it from, we're going to just see what comes of it, right? That's what today's all about, seeing what comes of this Fed interest rate decision. It's going to be in line, I would guess. Otherwise, there's not really a big difference in what we're going to see. I want to see what kind of possible the press conference going to bring. We're going to go live on Bloomberg. Give ourselves some time here to pull this up. Give me a second. 5.5 is what we expect. If we get something wild, crazy, an interest rate hike even, I would expect if an interest rate hike comes in, you're going to see this thing just absolutely tank off. So we will be here just in case that does happen, but I don't think so. That would be very, very unlikely in my eyes. We're here just to see what the rate decision is and what Powell says and what kind of price action we get going. So we got 3 minutes until that number comes out. Let me see. All right, so we got a little bit over a minute to go within this this release. Obviously, you see Delta's quite flat. Price is kind of just lingering around here, around that VWAP area. We're going to be mindful, watch. I don't think we're going to get any sort of surprise. If we do get a surprise, that would be very interesting, and we would absolutely probably tank unless there's a cut. Obviously, I don't think there's going to be a cut. If we do get Powell on for his press conference, I'll try and pull it up live. Not normally on here at 1 o'clock, but we are here for the FOMC rate decision and then also the presser, just to see what kind of news we get, what kind of action we're going to get. We'd go from there. Just reset my live, so just in case that messes up, just give me a second. My live stream's a little bit funky. Normally, because I'm using the same stream feed, I don't want to mess it up. Hopefully, we can get this thing to be correct. I just want to make sure everything is good. It seems like it's not good on Tradecaster, but I'm live. If you are here on YouTube, let's see if I refresh this. Will it work? I'm using the same stream. That's what the problem is. I believe it's the same link. Copy, close. Is this going to work? Let's see. There we go. Seems like it's working now correctly. All right, we're back here. We got the release number come out yet? Nothing came out yet. Oh, there's a pop. Big pop in the S&Ps. Did we get a cut or something? Nothing happened. I'm just kidding. We're going to see if we can get some opportunities to start whipping us around some. All right. We got a big push up high side right into that previous day low. Still did not get the number, which is interesting because it's expected to be the same. Do we get a failure of the overnight high? Let's see. I would like that. I would like a nice little pop, fade, failed breakout, 76% long. I still don't have a number release unless it came out without me. Now it's 5.5. It is in line as expected. So let's see if we can get above this overnight high, get a false breakout, get a heavy tilt long side. It looks like heavy tilting on both the S&P and the NQ. 81% long. I want to get up over this overnight high, get myself some reactive breakout type trades, and then fail that breakout. See if I can get myself a nice quick little winner and be done. Yeah, realistically, this should pop and then fade and then wait for Jerome to start talking. So that's what we're looking for. We are going to look for the delta to diverge a bit, right? You want to see opening range high kind of break here, that overnight high break, and then see what happens. 73% long, so that tilt went from 80 down. Still waiting to see what kind of price action we're going to get here, if I could get a setup or not. Once again, that previous day low tagged once, twice. We had all that chop there this morning prior to market open. I wanted to see it get up over that overnight high first and then see if I could get some sort of retracement back through there. So maybe get some longs involved over this high here, see if they'll get triggered in, see if that it will initiate some stop runs, maybe some people getting long, and then short that back the other way. I'm not looking to go below here, although that's raised level there, that was 73. Is right here, right now. That's 78 of mine. Also, right here, right now, very important, but it's above VWAP, right? I'm above VWAP, not in an area where I want to be short, right? If I want to be short if VWAP is above our key level. If VWAP is going to support our key level, then we're going to still be on the long side of it. Russell ticking up. S&P is still trying to hold that opening range high, but not for long. Still looks like it wants to pop that opening range high. I think we do wick off this 50, 65, 75 level, and then we go from there. Possibly not, though, because dancing around. Like I said, I can't short this level because it's above my VWAP. If it does want to go short, that's fine. Whatever. I'm not worried about it. I'm not going to chase something that's not there. I want to see a manipulative move above the overnight high, a heavy tilt, a delta divergence, right? I want to see price try to get over these highs over here. Price get up over those highs and then fail with this delta trying to push up. I think we do have downside to go, especially if JPOW says something that people don't like. Another 5.5%. There's no rush on rate cuts for them. The market's not in a position that it needs to cut rates, like Deck has mentioned in the past, and he actually just posted a video where you're gonna get. What's up, American? I appreciate you coming by for the JPOW meeting conference. We got the same number as we expected, 5.5%. I would anticipate that he still maintains that higher for longer sentiment, and then if he does, then the shorts come in, I believe, a little bit heavier this go around than last go around. I think last time it was a little more muted, but you'll get that initial dump from any sort of comment that he makes after his speech. I think the speech is going to be just very much a lot of the same stuff. We don't want to cut too soon. We don't want to cut too late. Market conditions are concerning because inflation is still high, so we're not ready to do it yet, right? All that stuff is going to come into play once they start asking him questions. If he decides to go off track and start answering questions a little bit off kilter, then maybe that's what gives you a big dump. Otherwise, it just probably falters around and then just relieves this big pressure, right? You can see the volume finally tick up, right? We had this low volume all day. Got the number out here. Volume's now finally ticking up. So we are potentially able to get some opportunities up at our levels, right? Now we got 70% long. I would be concerned on a breakout here. It's got to see if the breakout fails. Delta is kind of working in unison with price. We're right up on that high. Still didn't quite make that overnight high. I don't quite yet want to short the previous day low. I'm not ready for that yet. Although the overnight high got tagged on the S&Ps, which is rejecting, which could give this short opportunity a little bit sooner than rather than later. I wanted this entire setup at that overnight high. I didn't trust this to be true yet, so let's see if it'll get a little bit more. Let's see if this will build up. I want to see if we can build up, build up, build up. Why is this automatically doing that? This is not a ray. It's a trend line. Whatever. Starting to just settle in. Just being patient, waiting for this thing to get up there. Got to get it up over that overnight high, and I want this tilt to tick into that high 70s. Even into 80 would be even more ideal, right? Because I think a lot of people will. You don't have a lot of time in sales either, right? So there's not huge size being executed at these levels quite yet. So I think that big money is still not out there. I think this is purely right, like obviously algo driven. We haven't seen. If you see above my head here, there's a time and sales box. I do not have any trades over. I mean, you don't see anything just ticking up above. If I do notice anything on the time and sales, I will mention it to you. You can see it's a little bit spready right now. The bid ask is kind of getting a little wide right now. We're jumping around quite a bit. It's getting a little bit dancy up here. And then you just got a little bit of size, 210 lots at 510 to go short. Just got filled, so 20 lots there, 20 contracts. I think we still have an opportunity to push up over our overnight high, get people involved into long positions, and then short them because there's still that inventory here. I want to see it. This could be that wick off there, and then I break down this, but I'm not convinced quite yet. Like this could be that, and if this goes here, then so be it. We do still have another 10 lot, 2 times 10 lots, 10 contracts sold, 14 contracts sold, 24, 11. So sellers are starting to pile in here. Bigger sellers, 10, 11, 14s, 11s. I want to see one more push up. I want to see one more pop. And I want to see this thing start to get really red. And that would be my goal here. Give me that pop. Give me that cleanup of that overnight high. Even if it gets up into 60, I think realistically 50, 60, I want to short this thing hard through that overnight high. I want this time to be the fake out to the downside, get some shorts involved, stop those guys out, run those highs, get some longs thinking about going long, and then just slam it down right before J. Powell starts to speak. That would be my plan of attack here. So we are starting to tick up. It needs to get up over the overnight high. That is my thing. And you can see Delta here, lower. Price tried to tick up. Delta not playing along. Right down here, down at the bottom. Price trying to get up. Delta saying, no, thank you. We are selling here. So this is the opening range low, a crack of that. Like I said, we're supported by VWAP. We're sitting at a level above VWAP. I can't short that. That's my rule. If your rules are different, then so be it. That's fine. But I can't short my level if it's above VWAP. It just holds me out of that trade. But I can short the overnight high because I want to return to the VWAP and then maybe short through VWAP to the overnight low. That's an expansive distance away from VWAP. That's when I short the extreme levels, or I rotate short or long from the extreme level. If I have a level that I have of interest that's just sitting right on top of VWAP, I can't do that because this VWAP could just get tagged and then bounce. So that's just for me. That's why I stay out of that. It's not that it's wrong. You could easily flush VWAP if this level goes. If this 78 level cracks, there's a chance that VWAP goes. But I don't trust it to be a convincing sell quite yet. And then now that rate decision has been made, obviously it's 5.5%. We have no cut, no hike, nothing. The information has kind of settled down. You can see volume has ticked all the way back down. Time and sales, yes, we've gotten some big sells, 90, 88, 88. We've got 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 125, 130-ish, maybe 150 contracts of larger size, over 10 contracts got filled up here short. So they may be building in. Just be cautious of that. They could also just be getting out. It's not that it tells you anything, but that there was executions of that size. This could be that short now, but watch VWAP. Really waiting here. I'm trying my best to be patient. I want this thing to get over that overnight high. I like to short through the 78, but also at the same time, I like the short there as well. But like I said, it's just too tight. I think there's still more manipulation to be had. If my levels work that well, then I can't be mad at it. I just don't have the execution right here, right now. If I could sit through the whole day and decide that I'm not going to execute a trade, then that's fine. There's not a lot of heavy follow through on this break of a really key level and VWAP. So there's just like some indecision still being made here. Be cautious. Wait to see what J Powell says maybe here in 15 minutes when he gets out there, reads his pre-prepared statement, and then what the questions come. If I could get this back, if also another big thing that'll help this, if this pops up and gets up into that overnight high, this VWAP will trail up. It will then create the VWAP being over this level. So if you do get the short through the overnight high, you press through the previous day low. If you get to this level then, and then it cracks, then you have no support from VWAP. You're below VWAP already, and you're able to kind of give that actual follow through. That's a way to help time your shorts, help time your longs, depending on which way you're trying to take it from a key level, right? If your key level's here and VWAP's so close, still so tight, there's no way to limit that risk. There's no way to say, all right, this is the reason why I don't short through a level right on top of VWAP, because that's all it's got. That's all it's got is right there. It's enough. You can make a couple bucks on it, especially depending on your size. But for me, that's just not opportunity, right? That's just an opportunity for it to stop me out. Now, if we get up over this overnight high and never come back to it, that's just, I miss a trade, right? It's just not, there's no opportunity because I'm not a breakout trader. I want to play the failed breakout. I want this price to drag this VWAP up over this 478 level. Come on. Pop. Give me that next pop. Give me a higher high, fail, close below that overnight high, and we'll get down to business. Let's get down to business. Starting to push. Give it to me up into that level, up into here. 540, 550, 560, anywhere up in there. It's very shortable for me. Ooh, nice little picture there the wife posted. Got to repost that. So now you're getting a lower high here, potentially double little tweezer top type deal here above the level. Once again, it's still, VWAP is still below the key level that I want to flush. When it was a good short over here, the VWAP was over that level. That's when it finally became a good short. Even here, I think VWAP was still close enough where you could get it. This is not good, even though it was a good short. Also, we weren't above it, right? We were below it. So this is another reason, you weren't taking a short here. This was pretty much a reversal off of that VWAP, more of a target. This right here is now you're looking for an entry to reverse through the VWAP. So the only way you could do that for me personally to be in an ideal setup would be to get it up over here. And if you just go back and look at certain trades, you could definitely see what happens. Microsoft creeping up, There we go. Pushing up a little higher. I think this kind of creeps up until Jay Powell starts to talk. I think once he says hello, then market's going to go do, and then it'll flatten until the press conference. Until the questions Q&A session. Another long wick, liquidity grabs. Hump day hoedown. Working on a video, a quick little 30-second clip. I was trying to work on it before getting back on the stream, but didn't get a chance to finish it up. We got about 15 minutes until this press conference. I'll still take that short no matter what if it does get over that overnight high and try to fail it. I don't know if we'll get up there before the press conference, but I do like to maybe get myself involved if it gives me the opportunity to do it. You can see how these trend lines work pretty well, man. You can see this working. Which should pop. There's a little bit of a failure again. I think we just kind of wedge out here maybe until he starts talking. If it does fail beforehand, and like I said, I just don't have that confidence in this thing to give me some follow through beforehand unless I'm well above that overnight high to a point where even maybe we close above the overnight high and then we fail below it. That's really what I'm looking at. Come on, baby. Wedge out, false breakout to the high side. Give me that, even break the high and then fail that. That would be A+, right? Because if it's going to be we're continuing upside, we're grinding up, we break out of this wedge to the high side, I feel like the first move is probably the fake out. And if you're trying to get over these daily highs, I guess that's the high of the day, yeah. High of the day right there. If you can get above that, that'll get some longs involved, stop out some of the shorts, push up into there, and then grab some liquidity over that high, and then possibly give you that full rotation to the downside. Just trying to think of the dynamics of how they would move this market around, or fake downside, fake upside, move down, or just go straight up or go straight down. There's a couple scenarios, but just allow that market to kind of tell you which one it's going to pull. This 78 level here, obviously working like that big time support. This is what I'm watching as far as that one's concerned, right? You see that there? That's this level here. This yellow dotted line, long-term level for me. Big time wick above, potentially looking to grab that liquidity and pull it down. Or if we kind of can come up and break above, who knows if it's going to hold and rally, like I said, up to 600, possibly that target. I want to see that failure of that, though, and rotate back down into this 78 so then I can capitalize on that, that full move, that full failure. Yeah, let's see. Let's see what hawkish looks like in June. I'm going to guess that this goes up and then down. And it dances all around. I do think that he has a higher for longer stance because realistically, if he's not manipulated by the actual federal government and he's looking at the totality of what our financial situation is, he should be keeping interest rates higher for as long as possible to drive down spending, because people are spending lots of money. Although the higher interest rates leading to higher credit card rates, leading to higher default rates, kind of creating a cyclical environment as well, more so than I think it's led on to believe. But I think generally in his world, it's more so just kind of understand the data points, control the inflation to as best they can. And the only way to control the inflation, their only tool right now, is to sell the stocks that they got, do a lot of QE. I mean, not QE, but, roll back a lot of that QE. And then these rate cuts, they got to stay higher for longer for sure. You have some longs buying in here, a couple 20 lots, 220 contracts got filled at 502. Trying to get long at 502. 500. There's some 10 lots. This previous day low just running as major resistance today. It's just not to the point where I'm ready to go short off of it prior to this meeting. I think timing wise, I need to get up higher. That's the thing about futures, is you kind of just need to be really good with your timing. If you miss a trade, you miss a trade, so be it. It is what it is. Just let it happen. Let it play out. Understand what's going to kind of come of this meeting. I know Deck posted something or whatever after, earlier today. He posted a little spread chart thing. 2 p.m., 2:30, he starts speaking. Things start to rise. Then after he's done talking, around 3 or just before 3, things start to melt off. It's kind of really just like clockwork. That's just kind of how it goes over and over and over and over again. So you want to see, in 7 minutes from now, he says, hello, everybody, and then the market goes, and then it comes up into the overnight high, and then he says something, he finishes a sentence, and then we could short through that overnight high. That would be the ideal situation. If he could just climb up, then he starts to talk, says something silly, and then we could go down. And by silly, I mean higher for longer. We're not cutting rates. Maybe we even rise to the point of needing to keep rates even higher than they are currently. If he says something like that, that'll give us that ultimate opportunity to capitalize on a short side move. Seven minutes left in this before we get somebody to come possibly on stage. This is exactly the price action you expect for an indecisive rate decision. Just a flat, no rate change, nothing, no comment yet. You're waiting for that news. You got no volume on it. You had a volume push up, and then you failed. You pushed up again, a little bit more volume. You failed it again. This is what I want up here, so you can clear up that all overnight inventory, clean up everything, see if they're willing to take this to higher levels, like into 600, or if they're going to fail that and rotate it back down. So you just got to wait and see kind of which direction they choose, and then try to just capitalize on a piece of that move. Until that point, we're kind of just waiting until he starts to speak. When he did his Congress testimonies, price action really didn't go anywhere. This is actually a rate decision press release, so their price action should move around a bit. It definitely will go off of key words that he has to say. Just being here, watching this, seeing if we can get any sort of setup for ourselves. Overall, like I said, I'm not actively hunting for a trade here. I don't need it, but you can see VWAP sideways, upper band, lower band, all flat. It's a condensed day here, inside type day, chop, chop, chop. Could have made money off of the lows all day, and then never really made it to this upper band except for right this second. So maybe we get through that upper band now, start to run up on it, and then it kind of expand the day a bit after he starts talking. You do have Delta kind of creeping up. I don't want to like give you a leaning one way or the other. Obviously, I always like to fade overnight highs and overnight lows. However, we could be breaking out of this on his meeting. Like I said, once he says hello, it's going to be all done and gone, and it's either going to rip or fall, and then we'll kind of get that recovery afterwards. Big size getting filled here, 50 size. 50 lots got filled up there at the highs. Buyers are stepping into this. Let's see what kind of selling pressure we get. We do have a nice Delta push. So Delta is acting with price. I don't like this yet. I need this to get up over there, maybe close above it. Give me some sort of setup with the S&Ps breaking right through that previous day high. I do not trust this short yet. I need to see if this will come back down into here. I need this to get up a bit more. I need tilt to be heavier long. I need to be somewhere in that 70-80% before I want to get this short. I want to get these max pain longs involved. I want the longs to be like, yeah, let's get long pre-meeting, because they're trying to position themselves pre him speaking to get themselves into a spot to get even more long, right? Getting long here, getting even further along, trying to get front run his speech is interesting, right? I think if we fail through this level again, Delta's not playing in my favor. I'm not getting any sort of divergence, so I don't trust the short yet. I want to wait till he starts speaking 3 minutes from now. But if we get like another little, if this closes up here and you get another like little pop, and then you start to get failure, so that closed. I said up into 60s, right? 60s was kind of like the ideal area of a rejection. 60 to 67 into that area. And then if you start to get a little double top piece, they're positioning themselves for a long. Is that correct or is it wrong? That's the question. Are we getting it? I want to start seeing big size sells up here at 60 to 67. I'm going to leave that there just for a second, because if I get a huge seller up there, they might just melt us off. But I don't necessarily trust that this is perfect, because that Delta is acting in that favor. I said would probably expand the VWAP, and that VWAP is right here at 26, which puts me just on top of that VWAP. 1 minute till he starts speaking. Do I have any larger size on these cells? I'm going to hit flatten if I don't get any of those. This could be just a breakout and go. Even up into 600, like I said. They'll position themselves right up into that 600 level right before he starts speaking for either a continuation or a sell-off. And that's what I would be interested in seeing what they're thinking. That 60 level got tagged. S&P's is strong. We're strong here. There's no divergence. Microsoft getting strong. Everybody anticipating him to say something that's going to make this market go up, because they're all loading into longs. Big size on longs. 50 lots, 50 contracts, 12, 13, 12, 22, up at 62. People loading in at the highs here. Very interesting. 72% long. He's about to start speaking. We'll see what he has to say. I'm on Bloomberg TV. I don't have any. He's not at the podium yet. I want to see this thing fucking fail. Let's see. Here he comes. Hello, everybody. Either pump it or dump it. Do whatever it is and make it go in that direction fast. I'm going to get short here. Let's go. Getting short. We're short. Okay, I'm break even. Let's see how low this will go. Will it get to that level or not? I'm flat at 12.20. So I had that first entry there. Got triggered in. And then I went flat pretty quickly. I'm going to let him talk a little bit. Let this thing dance around a touch. Let me give you a little volume.
Today, the FOMC decided to leave our policy interest rate unchanged and to continue to reduce our securities holdings, though at a
Reducing securities holdings.
A restrictive stance of monetary policy has been putting downward pressure on economic activity and inflation, and the risks to achieving our employment.
That short worked out nicely, but I kind of got myself out pretty quick on it. Damn. Fucking stupid to trail that fast. Should have left it up. It was kind of bouncing a bit. I needed to try that short. Didn't get it totally. We got heaviness. We're sitting right on 78. That was really the target, right? I wanted to go high to low there. That was nice. So if you did take that short, hopefully you were able to hold it a little longer than I did. It was literally just maybe 1 second too quick on that. Really wasn't quite set with him talking. So let's see if we can get up higher again.
Inventory investment, government spending, and net exports, and usually sends a clearer signal on underlying demand, was 3.1% in the first quarter, as strong as the second half of 2000.
Still holding this level pretty keyly.
Consumer spending has been robust over the past several quarters, even as high interest rates have weighed on housing and equipment investment. Improving supply conditions have supported resilient demand and the strong performance of the U.S. economy over the past year. The labor market remains relatively tight, but supply and demand conditions have come in.
Not sure what we were up on that. I didn't see. So
Payroll job gains averaged 276,000 jobs per month in the first quarter, while the unemployment rate remains low at 3.8%.
got up about $200 on that trade.
Job creation over the past year has been accompanied by an increase in the supply of workers.
Kind of got whipped just a second too soon.
Among individuals
It's all good.
25 to 54 years.
Did want it to come down at that level, which is nice. Let's see if we can get another secondary high, if this is just going to pop or if it's going to go and come back down. We are at a 50-50 tilt, nothing crazy heavy. When he stops talking, we'll kind of get ourselves involved a bit more. Just didn't quite trust that move to the downside quite yet. I wanted it a little bit more set up. Although that was really a perfect move to catch. What was that? That I was in on and out. I was in up here. Wanted to get out there. Really missed out on a nice little trade there. I think this does start to go up into that 600 level.
Although some measures of short-term inflation expectations have increased in recent months, longer-term inflation expectations appear to remain well anchored, as reflected in a broad range of surveys of households, businesses.
Do we sell through this level one more time? Let's see what the delta looks like. If I miss it, I miss it. I just don't want to be rushing into it. It's a little too quick here. That view up here, that upper band is 532. It's using that as support. So careful on that. Could still go up higher.
Poses significant hardship as it erodes purchasing power, especially for those least able to meet the higher costs of essentials like food, housing, and transportation. We are strongly committed to returning inflation.
Well done, well done.
Objective.
That VWAP acted as support there.
Maintain the target range for the federal funds rate at 5.25% to 5.5%, and to
I would like this short one more time through here.
securities holdings, though at a slower pace.
Come on.
Over the past year, as labor market tightness has eased and inflation has declined, the risks to achieving our employment and inflation goals have moved toward better balance. The economic outlook is uncertain, however, and we remain highly attentive to inflation risks.
I'm live, yeah.
We stated that we do not expect
All right, we're even again. Let's see if we can get lower this time.
range for the federal
Oh, that's not the level I wanted. I grabbed the wrong level. There we go. Up 350. Let's take that. I think it's going to go lower, but I needed to just kind of secure. I just grabbed the wrong line to drag it down. We'll take that 350 and we'll just kind of chill for a second because I don't want to freaking grab the wrong lines and drag them around. Let's see. I think that's better. I think we're fine. I think we could have took that down further. I tried to set my take profit first, but I really wanted to protect my downside. Let's take some money, baby. Let's take some money. Get it. Good job, Jofi. Catching that dollar amount. Catching those dollars. Shorting through that overnight high. Getting that rotation. Good job. Good job. Let's try and catch a little bit more, maybe. If we could just let this thing settle down some and listen to J Powell just talk in circles. Too big, too little, too high, too low. Don't want to do it too soon. Don't want to do it too late. All the same bullshit all the time. Let him talk his bullshit. Let your levels work. I don't think we're going to be able to react fast enough to anything that he says. So just play. Let's play. Yeah. I was good there. I dragged the wrong fucking level. I wanted to drag it down a little quicker and be down trailing this fast and tag that there. I didn't get a chance to because I instead of dragging my trail, I dragged the overnight high. That is one thing that I need to, maybe I can lock these into place, which is probably a better idea. Just lock them up and then I won't be able to drag them around. I don't know if I'm going to trust the short again this time through here, but just playing with this level. Also hotkeys, maybe a benefit to news-driven trading events for myself. But a good day here, up 350. So that's another day towards taking a payout. Just not going to push it now. I think there's a lot of money to be made on a day like today, and potentially we just got to let this thing settle down some. If you executed on one of those and you took one of these pretty decent trades, either up or down, either direction, let yourself settle in, figure out what you want to do moving forward. I would say if you secured some, let him finish talking now and then go from there, right? I'm already up to a point where I won't have a losing day today. And I probably won't give back more than $150. So if I only want to risk 150 on my next trade, I am going to be patient and let him finish talking. Let's hear what he has to say a little bit more. American, I hope you're in here looking at what's going on, talking about what we got going, making some money. Got Jofi making some money. We got Microsoft pumping. I think things are going to start to tick upside. This 600 level right here is an interesting target. Kind of grab liquidity here once, twice, three times, and now it's rotating up through the overnight highs. Could be now a long idea, but be careful because now we're at 75% tilt long side, getting people involved long. The delta is acting in your favor, so potentially could continue on if you are long from that low. Russell has just been dancing around, big long wicks. Now we have the question and answer section. So this is when it gets a little funky. I think this is when you really, really be careful after question and answer session. Okay? So just watch this, listen to what he has to say, and then draw some conclusions from it. But really doesn't matter because you can't move this market. So just play it how you play it. Heavy tilt went away. So we're at 65%. But overall, I finally got to my overnight high and finally was able to execute. I should have got it twice, but I only got it once, which is fine by me. And then I also kind of fucked up with my fingers grabbing the overnight high instead of the actual stop, but I'll take it. Yeah. Always, yeah. Usually FOMC, just like you said, it'll start to directionalize. So really right now, I think it's going to start to trend upwards. I think we have up to probably 17,700 probably trends up into this area here until he's done talking, and then probably all the way up until, like you said, 10 minutes before market close, and then you start to see a recovery of what he said. So if you're a trend person and you were waiting to see which direction he was going to choose, maybe now you're looking to see what's going on here. But the 600 level is that first level of interest, then 700 obviously after that. To me, I whatever happens after this, it's fine. I normally trade morning, 8:30 to 11. I had 0 trades up until then. I took 2 trades just now, both of which could have easily netted us $1,200 a piece. I walked away up 350 because of just not able to control the clicks on my mouse fast enough. I think that's where hotkeys do come into play that are a lot better, a lot faster. You're able to kind of trail and kind of set yourself a little bit better. If you have auto trailing on some of the platforms that are out there, I think NinjaTrader has it. I think Trade8 has it. I don't know if TopStepX has an auto trail function, but that auto trail does help on moves like this where you can't be quicker than a computer. Right now, this is just beautiful move to the upside. I'm a big fade the high kind of guy and try to rotate down to view up. And my strategy played out twice perfectly. Right to view up, right to view up. If I can come into here on a day with this kind of volatility and just walk out clean up 350, I'll take that. Absolutely. Let him kind of just talk around in circles a bit. I'm going to lock myself out here. We are done for the day trading. Once we start to get into a trend and I'm away from my levels, that's not my strategy, right? I'm cool with just letting this thing run away from me. I'm up 350 on the day. If I can make $350 a day every day on average, I'll be a very happy camp. Oh, baby. That was a big buyer up there at the 671 level. We got 100 lots, 100 contracts, 104, 107, more than one time. So this is going to continue to run up to the 700s. large size getting filled up here on the long side. 104 lots at 107 lots, 211 lots there. It's probably a 300 guy, a 94 lot. Somebody trying to get long 1,000 contracts. That's really what I'm seeing here. I mean, maybe not 1,000. I'm sorry. Yeah, 500, 100, 200, 300. 600. It could have been 1,000 contracts because it was those times two, and then there were a couple hundred lots. So they didn't get filled totally, but they got filled on a lot of contracts. Yep, that's that for me. I'll stay on for another 5 minutes just to see where this price ends up. But I wanted to just be out here for that rate decision for you. Kind of just be here, come out at 1:30 for the press conference to start. He talked exactly how he expected. He's just going to answer these questions with a little bit of dancing around, but I'm not going to sit here and listen to him over and over again. And it just went to advertisement, so I'm done with listening to the ads. I don't care. I caught the money that I wanted to catch today. In order for me to no longer trade, I locked myself out. Yes, this long opportunity is fantastic. You can get down here. You know that this is going to reject right at this 78 level. And if it didn't, it was going to melt off pretty hard. Whichever direction it chose, FOMC day, it's going the other way. So today, we are definitely trying to recover some of this big-time selling from yesterday and then probably maybe even get up into that 829 level, with some continuation. But just be careful. I don't think you should go crazy trying to chase this. Let the market settle down and then go from there. I am done. Going to go out and enjoy the rest of the day, hang out with my wife and my kids, and we will see you another day. Tomorrow is another day. I got to X out of this. Hold on. We will see you guys 8:30 a.m. every day, 8:30 to 11. I'm done. Just when he finishes talking, it'll probably dump off, but that's that. Jofi, I appreciate you coming in here for the meeting. I hope you made some good money on that 53-point upside move. That's a nice little catch. Hopefully you just lock in and just be done. I mean, if you caught the long and you held, then you're in good shape here, right? Let's just say if you look on this chart here, if you caught the long through the high, you're up sitting about on one contract about 3,000. So the opportunity is there to make great money in this market if you just listen and be careful and be cautious. I didn't have a breakout strategy for this meeting. Obviously, it could have happened. It did. I played my quick little shorts, grabbed my money, and I'm very content with walking out the door on 2 quick trades up 3 and change on the day. So until tomorrow, 8:30 a.m. every day this week, we will be trading. I'll see you there. Talk to you soon. Peace out.